This picture is my first photograph in Arizona, one of my first photographs. It's called Man Behind Creosote Bush. See the figure? And that's me. It's a self-portrait. Actually, I'm in quite a few pictures here. So, that's my hand. That's my shadow. Over here, my shadow on a saguaro cactus about my same age. They take a long time to grow, these cactus. So maybe 50 years old, that cactus at the time. And then this one, again, looking over Comb Ridge. And then over here, there. And there. It's not that I'm trying to be in the pictures all the time, it's just that there's nobody else, so I have to jump in the pictures. And this one, my tent here today. So if somebody else is around, I asked them to be in the picture, but there wasn't anybody else, so I had to jump. This one I was teaching a workshop, photo workshop, and everybody's walking into this cave and they're looking this direction. But I turned around and saw this man standing there. To me, that's the picture. Yeah. The other direction. So sometimes the pictures, you have to turn around to see the picture. And then you think the picture is this way, but actually it's behind you. And so that was the example of that. Yeah, well, actually the gun, this is a remote place in the Mojave Desert, and I saw these tracks in this gun there in the sand. I don't know why it was there, but it's actually not a real gun. It was a toy gun. It looks like a real gun, but it's not. But it's sort of symbolic, you know, it's the metaphor for the place, the Old West, you know, the idea of the gunfighters. But the West, you know, is a violent place sometimes, even today. So this is the period of this work, about 1982 to 2000, about 20 years. Yeah. It's selection of the work, obviously. No. So these photographs I started in 2003, 2004, somewhere, and the question was, if the photography is really good at taking pictures in a short time, very short exposures, but photography is also good at taking pictures over long exposures. So, you know, how long is a moment? How long is an exposure? So I started taking pictures that were long exposures, sometimes only, you know, 10 minutes, sometimes an hour, like maybe this, 1 hour, you know. So sometimes the duration was 1 hour, sometimes 1 day. You know, maybe 2 days long in one exposure. This one, though, for example, is just 2 exposures. You know, two suns here. So time recorded on the same sheet of film 2 different times. Or this one, you know, this was called 6 moons, 6 quarter moons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this one, each one of these is 1 moment, but this one is 1 long time period, combination of short plus long in 1 exposure. So these photographs are different lengths of moments, sometimes really short, sometimes really long, but the idea of time compressed into 1 exposure or multiple exposures onto 1 sheet of film. This is all done with film. So, and this one, sometimes things you can barely see. This one, moon at sunrise. You don't see the moon, but then you look closely, it's just right there. Barely can see it. Very, almost imperceptible. You almost can't perceive it. It's just really minimal. So, yes. Oh, and then something like this. This one, an event that happened, but you can't see it. It's just the record of the event. The bird hitting the window. Splats, leaves dust on the window, imprint from the bird. But it happened, but you can't tell. It's just the record of an event. This panorama, this is more recent work from a project we're still working on. We're going to publish this in a book next year. My partner Byron Wolf and I worked together on this. We're collaboratively. This panorama, the base panorama here, comes from 1882 by an artist named William Holmes. You can see Holmes here, drawing the picture. That's the artist, Holmes, and above him the geologist, Dutton, whose report this appeared in. And panorama from points of line. This is a very beautiful, special place on the Grand Canyon in Arizona. And he drew everything accurately, every single line on the strata. And it was meant to be a complete portrait of the canyon. But when we were there, we took about 1,000 photographs over 2 days. And then later decided to put pieces of our experience into the larger panorama. So here you see the view of the Colorado River here, and here early morning, the sunrise, a storm the night before, the sunset, a bird flying overhead. Each one's a moment in time in this larger panorama that's timeless. So it's like a combination, kind of what I call a mashup of time and space. The space is the same, but it comes at a different time, like layers of time. So it's mashed up in time, combined different layers into a complete panorama. So that's the idea.